Thank you very much for coming to learn about some new ways in which we can utilize Google Drawings in our classrooms. This is the recorded tutorial portion. And just kind of go over some basic skills that you want to be able to utilize when creating a Google Drawing. So the first step to get started is we go into our Google Drive, select the New option, and then we're going to go to More, Google Drawings. This will open up the document for us, and this will be essentially a blank canvas that we can do whatever we wish to in terms of helping our students in the teaching and learning process. You'll also find online, if you go take a look, just enter Google Drawings templates, you'll see there's a whole bunch of fantastic resources available for you already from educators who have gone and created kind of templates for you. And those can easily be made a copy of, and then you can do whatever you would like to with them or use them as a kind of a model and build your own. The first thing I want to do is go ahead and give it a title. Let's call it OETC example. And the first thing I wanted to show you is how to change the size of the canvas that you're working with. So we go to File, Page Setup, and you're going to notice there's 4 different options for you. First one is this standard one you have here, kind of 2 different widescreen options. Just click on one to show you. And then as always, if you don't like how something looks, whether it's the background or something that you insert into the Google Drawing, you can click this button here on the left for undo, or just hit Command Z or Shift Z or Command Z, and that'll undo it for you. One thing I also want to show you is under Page Setup, the custom option. Let's say, for instance, you're doing magazines and you're having students create magazine covers. So we want to change this to maybe 8 by 11.5. We can customize it, and now look, we hit apply and we have our Google Drawing made to any size that we would like. For today's exercise and the purpose of this, I'm going to go ahead and leave it right here with the blank canvas at the standard size. Now the next item I wanted to go over was how to insert shapes and lines. And there's a couple different ways in which we can do this. Number 1, we can click the insert option here. We can go to line, hold our cursor, and we'll see all the different line types that are available. And then also we can go to shape and see all the different shapes that are available for us in here as well. And they kind of differentiate them by categories. Callouts are great, especially if you're doing things like comic strips. And then equations. So if you're doing mathematics, anything along those lines, these work very, very well. The second way you can do this is going here to the menu bar, toolbar I should say, and hitting select line. Now you'll see the different types pop up. So we're just going to go ahead and take, for instance, our basic line here. We'll go in, we'll draw a curved line. And what's nice about this is once you bring it back and you connect it, it then goes ahead and fills. Now how you can change this, number 1, go to fill color. You can make it whatever you would like. You can make it transparent, you can make it red, whatever you would like. You can also change the border color on any of these. So let's make this a blue, and we'll go ahead and make it nice and fat. We'll make it an 8-point. I can also differentiate between line types. Maybe I want it to be dots, solid line, dashed line, whatever it is that you would like to do, you can feel free to do that. Some other options here for lines. Went over the curved option. One of the 2 other ones I wanted to show you, the polyline, which is kind of neat. You can make and have just kind of build shapes in here. So for instance, maybe doing some sort of mosaic. Again, I can switch this out. Maybe I want to make this color. We'll go with green on the inside. That looks pretty bad. We'll go this one. And then we'll make our border a little lighter. And we'll go ahead and make it dashed. So that kind of shows us different options here for you. And then Scribble is fun because this is essentially like writing. Your students just can go in and draw things with Scribble. Looking at shapes, we have our different ones here. Just going to grab one just to kind of give you an example. We'll go ahead and grab a square. And now you'll notice, just like with the lines, you can change and modify whatever it is that you would like. So let's just go ahead and change the color here. We'll change our border. We'll make it a little fatter. And we'll just keep it a solid yellow line. So you can do all of that as well. Change your fonts for when you're typing in here if you would like also. The next item we're going to look at is how to insert text boxes and word art. So we can either click here on the menu bar, toolbar, and select toolbox, or we can go to insert toolbox, or excuse me, insert text box, which we can do here, and we'll just type in here, hello. Now we've got our text box. And just like in docs, just like in slides, you can go ahead and change your fonts, change your colors, change your sizes, do all those things, whatever it is that you would like to do, even center it if you would like. The second option is to go ahead and actually create a word art. Now how we're going to do that is we're going to go to Insert, Word Art. We're going to type in our message here, hit enter, and now you're going to notice it pops right up just like it would in a text box. Now a couple things that are a little bit different here. So just like the shapes and the lines, we can modify this. So for instance, I'm going to go ahead, we'll make this purple color, we'll change the outline to a goldish. Same thing with all of that we can do. Now notice we can also change our font. So we're going to go ahead and change this up to Gorditas. We want to bold it, we can, whatever we would like to do. Put in a drop shadow if we would like as well. This is also for shapes and stuff. To change the size, we just simply drag the box, however we would like to do that. And one other thing I would like to show you, if you double click on the word art, you'll notice you can make it 2 lines. So if you hit Shift Enter, and then hit enter again, it'll automatically adjust that for you. So it's kind of nice to put in those 2 lines sometimes, depending on the layout and how you're working on it. Whatever it is that you would like to do. But it does offer a little bit of creativity for titles and stuff like that for your students. Okay, so moving forward, the next item that I would like everybody to take a look at here is how to upload images. There's a few different ways in which you can do this in Google Drawings. We're going to go to either Insert, Image, and you're going to notice it's going to give us different options, how to upload from a document from your computer, something from your Google Drive, photos that you have, by URL. So maybe you have Google browser open, another tab, images, and you grab something from there, or taking an image with your camera. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select the Insert. Actually, we can do this also right here on your toolbar. We're going to go to Insert from Search the Web. And what's nice is this it gives your students a self-contained browser for which they can search from. We're just going to type in Ohio. And I'm just going to grab an image from the state of Ohio for the flag. And then we can, again, just like we did with we can close this out here. Hit Format Options if we wish. There's already a drop shadow on it, no problem. You can see the border that's there. We can switch that around if we would like to. Whatever it is that you wish to do. You can size it, so maybe if you want to put this behind everything, go to Order, Send to Back, and now notice it goes behind your items. You can also bring to front, and now it's on top of the items again. So just something there that you would like to do. I'm going to go ahead and hit Order and Send to Back just for now. Next item I'd like to show you, I'm going to actually go ahead and shrink this down a little bit. How to format shapes. So we're going to go ahead and insert. Let's insert a triangle, or right triangle for my math teachers out there. And again, we're going to go ahead and add some fill to it, whatever it is that we would like. And we can change the lines, we can do anything that we would like again. But one thing that's nice about this is with the formatting of shapes is we can actually replace the shape. So when we go to change shape, if you right click on the shape itself and go to change shape, notice you can do this automatically right in here. It's like, you know what? I don't want to use that type of triangle. I'm going to go ahead and switch this out to here. And now notice you can instantly do that without having to delete and do all those items again. If you would like to copy this, you can either click on the item, right click, and hit copy or Control C, or if you would like, you can hit Command D, and that will allow you to duplicate. So kind of some nice things. Maybe you want to do a drag and drop activity where you're doing something for your students and they have to look at equations, for instance, and use numbers. You don't want to have to constantly copy the numbers. You can just duplicate a whole bunch of them and put them on top of each other. So it's kind of nice when we look at that. Talked earlier about how to order items also. So again, if you want to order this, you just hit rotate, send it back. It'll go behind the item. If you want to, again, switch them around, you just simply go to order, send it back, and that will do that for you. So you can also kind of rotate your items on top of each other so that we don't have them sitting on top of each other, I should say. So it's a nice way to kind of go ahead and clean it up a little bit. Next one I want to look at is how to align and rotate items. So when you click on the item here, notice this little circle appears at the top. So you can go ahead and actually modify them even more and tell you at what degree things are being rotated. So it's kind of nice, especially like I said, if you're working with math, if you want to show different types of angles, it's a fantastic way to go ahead and do this. If you're having students making, for instance, digital collages, they can do that. And then you'll notice as you work on these, if you want them, for instance, to be lined up, these red lines will start to appear that will tell you are lined up with your with other documents in the drawing itself. Okay, so it's kind of nice just to be able to do that. Saves a little bit of time in formatting. Also want to show you how to arrange your items. So you'll notice if you highlight specific items and go to arrange and align, you can move them. Maybe you want them all at the top. Maybe you would like them all to be on the right side of the page. So it makes it a little bit easier for you. You can also group them. This will help you move a lot of items together at the same time. The two more items here, we're going to look at how to insert a hyperlink. So you just simply, a couple of different ways you can do this. You can hit a shape, or you can go ahead and you can select the text. And then what you will do is you can either hit Command K, and that'll bring up the opportunity there to paste in a link, or with that document, not document, text or item selected, you can go to Insert Link right here, or you can click on the little hyperlink chain right here as well, and then right here you would drop in, just say you want to send them to a YouTube video, you put in that hyperlink right there to YouTube, hit apply, and now when they click on that shape, it will actually take them to a video or a document that you have them going to look at. Maybe in social studies you have them examine some primary sources, for instance. So just a nice little way to kind of make it a little bit more engaging for your students as well. And then lastly, how to convert these to files. So under File, we want to go to Download As. There's a couple of different options here for you. You can download as a PDF if you would like. Just be careful if you download. You can download as a JPEG as well. Just be careful if you download as a JPEG and you have, for instance, the hyperlinks in there, they won't work. In a PDF, they should still be able to work. JPEG, PNG, they will not. So just something to think about how you want to distribute this to your students. But it's a fantastic tool, really great resource to work not just for you in terms of your teaching, but also having your students go and become the creators of content as well. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and please feel free to reach out at any time if you have questions.